Hey everyone, welcome back to another Painting with Jay. As always, my name is Jay, so grab a brush, grab some models, grab some paints, and paint along with me. Let's rid our world of unpainted models. As always, huge shout out to Cody, Rue, and Adam, your missing spots. And this week I'm going to be working on a Terminator Librarian from the starter set, the Leviathan box set. It's a model that I've just, wasn't top of my priority to paint. I don't know if it's going to see a lot of the tabletop, but it's a cool model. Has some great detail. And today we're going to bring it to life, just see how much we can get done in the hour or so that I'm painting. So let's get started. Yes. Hey everyone, I am painting today a Terminator Librarian from the starter set. Yes. So I am nowhere near my goal. I was actually trying to be done all the models that are not the special characters by now, but I'm not there, which is okay. I'm working hard towards my goal. I was away last week, and I didn't get as much painting done while I was away. I brought some. I did actually bring paints with me. I brought paints and a couple models. I just was tired. A lot of traveling last week for my job, so that's okay. I'm gonna keep going. I'm probably not gonna be done. I'll be done by the end of the year. Couple months for sure, and I'll be done. Yeah, there's not a whole lot left for these guys. I just have after this. I just have the lieutenant. The one I have left is just the lieutenant in Phobos armor from the starter set. So from the Leviathan starter set, and then I'm done all the characters, and after that I just have two dreadnoughts. I have the Balstari or whatever it's called, and Ballistus, and the Brutalis. So, cool. As I said, I'm going to keep going. I'm not frustrated or anything. I should have gotten more painting done, but that's okay. Like, I can't... I enjoy painting. I really love it, and I'm working towards my goal of ridding my world of unpainted models. I'm really fighting the urge to not buy one of those starters, not starters, it's the Battle Forces. I think I really want to buy that Orc Battle Force when it comes out. So, I might. And I'll finish the year with more unpainted models than when I started with. Whoops. Jay, you have a problem. Yes. I also don't know what I want to do with this weapon. It's a force weapon, technically. It is. I just don't want to, you know what? Let's paint it silver. Yeah. Because I want to paint it silver. And I'll do a glowing effect on it as well. Or something like that. On these runes. This is not going to be a model that I'm going to use a lot in games, so that's okay. I want to get them done anyway, but yeah, I really want to buy the Orc Battle Force. I don't actually have a lot of the Beast Snega boys. I didn't play a lot of orcs in the last edition, and so it's a good price. If I can, there's some shops that I can buy in Canada at like 15% off, so that'd make it really worth it. Yeah, that'd make it really awesome. But we'll see. They haven't announced the price yet, and I think they'll be coming like in pre-release in a couple weeks. Cool. That's I'll do some glowing effects on this guy later, all around the model to bring up the details. So let's get the silvers done. I think that's it. I'm going to paint that symbol. You know what? I'll paint both symbols silver. I'm going to just take my reference point model. Yeah. I'll paint the symbol silver and go from there. I hope you're all having fun in internet land, that you're slowly ridding the world of unpainted models too. I am. I'm having a good time. I really am. This painting challenge for working on my Dark Angels has been a lot of fun. I haven't decided yet what army I want to paint next. I usually go with whatever army I want to paint, right? Like whatever excites me that I really just want to paint, that's how I focus on it, you know? And right now, I've been wanting to paint orcs lately. I'm just gonna grab my... So, we'll see. We'll see. I've been wanting to paint orcs. But I'll see. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint these guys. In the meantime, I'm looking for my hard palette. I don't know where it is. Must have misplaced it. There it is right there. Lately I've been craving orcs. If I do buy that Battles Force, I may want to paint orcs. I'm going to create a little red. I want to create a darker red for this book. You know, like a brownie red. So I'm going to take the Slaughter Red from Army Painter. So yeah, I'm going to combine the Slaughter Red with some hardened leather. Just create a bit of a brownie red. That'll be good. It'll be dark and brownie. And perfect for the book. Yeah, let's get this book done. Oh yeah, that's what I was going for. Because I don't want the... I don't want the red... I like the red for books, and I don't want this red to be too close to the other red for the purity seals. So... look at that. Looking good. Yeah, so I was traveling last week, as I mentioned, and now it's time to paint the gaps in the armor. Let's do that. So I'm going to grab my trusty black Templar and paint, you know, the wiring and the gaps in the armor and such. And I'll hit the metals with a shade after as well. But look at that. I've really enjoyed this painting challenge. I have. Yep. We're having a good time. Painting models, ridding my world of unpainted models, which is always fun. My goal is to see if I can finish this year net negative, which I should be able to. Which is good. That means I made progress. As long as I'm at the end of the year, I have less models than when I started off with. Yeah. What else is new? GW posted some crazy win rates the other day, showing that basically the game is almost balanced by army, which is crazy. Again, who knows if the statistics are correct, but that's a pretty cool thing. I thought that was really awesome, so I made a video about it. Most armies are in the Goldilocks zone, the sweet spot of win rates, which is really just crazy. Yeah. Shows that what they're doing with the balance is working. Awesome. What else? Halloween was a couple days ago, so it's now November. Crazy. Time flies by. especially this time of year. I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, Halloween was good. I didn't get a lot of kids. I don't get a lot of kids where I live because we're pretty spaced out. So this year I got about, oh man, how many did I get? About 20 kids. Yeah, 19 or 20 kids. So, which is cool. I gave away full-size chocolate bars again, but I bought a lot more than 20, so I've been eating full-size chocolate bars. Whoops. Sugar high. But yeah, kids' costumes were cool. I always like giving them full-size chocolate bars because it makes the kids' day. I remember back when I was a kid, you know, the best houses were either the full-size chocolate bars, finish my sentence here, or the pop house, right, wherever it gave pop, or soda for my American friends. The full-size full-size chocolate bars or the cans of pop / soda. Those were the best houses by far, and I loved them. So I really wanted to, like, now that I'm an adult, I figured hopefully I can make kids' nights by giving them full-size chocolate bars too. You know? That's just my thought. I didn't dress up or anything. I had to work that day. It was a Tuesday, so I just didn't dress up. You know, I'm going to paint some more silver. I think I just saw an area. By the way, Adam, you missed a spot. Yeah. I think I've received confirmation that Adam does not watch my videos, but oh well. Good to tell him just in case. Maybe there's another Adam in internet land that is missing spots. So, this time of year I always find just blurs right by because it's already feeling like winter here in Canada where I'm living. You know, it's been in the minuses most days at night in Celsius. We've gotten snow here. And it's only November. So it really does feel like that winter's here. And we're only 5 weeks into autumn. There's still another 7 weeks till winter actually begins. 49 days from today, yeah. So seven weeks exactly. So, yeah, Canada. Oh well. That's pretty funny. But yeah, so this time of year always just goes by so quickly. The reason being is just, now we're already, places already into full Christmas mode. Everything's already in Christmas commercials. Just grab my palette here. What I want to use right now. Christmas commercials are already everywhere. It's not even Remembrance Day yet in Canada, and we're already in Christmas mode. So I usually respect November 12th being the day. That's the day I'm going to put I'm trying to convince my wife right now. I'm going to put my Christmas tree on that date. Hopefully she lets me. And I want to Christmasify my house on November 12th. So after Remembrance Day. That'll be the day. But yeah, this always blurs by fast because it's this is probably my favorite. I think this is definitely my favorite time of the year. I love this time before Christmas, the 6 weeks before Christmas where we can play Christmas music and decorate the house, and such a fun, happy time of the year for me. So I like it a lot. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward. The only thing is, so the next 6-8 weeks will blur by. Be busy with Christmas shopping and planning and stuff. I'm not doing much this year. I haven't seen my family in years because they live in Ontario, and I now live, thousands of kilometers away. So I don't see them, which is okay. We're all busy and we're doing our own things. But I'm just going to chill here in Atlantic, Canada, and relax. Which is cool too. I have a nice relaxing holiday. It also prevents me from having to drive everywhere, which is good too. I know a lot of people just spend their whole holiday seasons commuting between houses, and it takes up a lot of time, right? I'm happy that I can just relax, enjoy my time here, and have a good holiday season, right? So yeah, it's going to blur by the next 6 to 8 weeks. I'm going to paint these Dark Angels over the next 6 weeks. You know, I'll be done before the end of the year for sure. And then it'll be a new year before we know it. You know, it goes Halloween, and then Thanksgiving for the Americans, or Veterans Day, of course, and then there's Remembrance Day here. And then it's all hands on deck for Christmas. Yeah. So just pulling some of the extra shade. We'll be in Christmas before we know it. One of my paints exploded. I was transporting it. It's dried, but still. Oops. That's the thing with transporting models. Alright, so now I'm going to take some Blood Angels Red, paint the purity seals, get them all done. I love using contrast paints and speed paints. They just save so much time. They bring a model to life so quickly. You know, while I'm even talking in this video, by the end, this model will be significantly closer to painted than it was before. Yeah. But yeah, Halloween was good. I just stayed home, and it snowed the day before, so there was snow on the ground, and it brings back memories of my my childhood, you know, and growing up in Canada, where I remember that so many years you used to have your snowsuit on, and your parents would always buy you a costume that would fit over your snowsuit. And it was kind of like that. And of course, I knew I'd have plenty of extra chocolate bars, so I gave them to the parents too that were walking with the kids, because it makes their day, right? They do a lot of the walking. They deserve to have some chocolate bars too. Spread the wealth. And the sugar highs and the diabetes. Kidding. But, yeah. It was fun. It was a good time. I love handing out candy, seeing people's costumes, enjoying it. You know, I hope people have a good night, because if they're braving the cold, they deserve the candy. Yes. I usually just go to Costco to get all the chocolate bars. It's a good price. Doesn't end up being too expensive. No. What else is new and exciting? GW has a new website. That's kind of interesting. I didn't even realize they had a new website. I kept wondering why every time I went to Games Workshop it was trying to take me to Warhammer.com. And I eventually realized, oh, it's a new website. I should make a video on that. Yeah, I definitely should make a video. I'll make a video on that in the near future as well. Talking about my experience with the website. I think it's cool. It's good that they amalgamated that website and Forge World. I'm okay with that. You know, there's some pros and cons to it. Obviously, they'll deal with the issues in the meantime and go from there. Yeah, work in progress. Yeah. Cool. Look at that. coming alive as we speak. Oh, I definitely don't have any, I don't have any plans for the holidays right now. It's just good. Just relax for a few days. Enjoy time with friends and family. Well, my wife and some friends. But now, let's paint some leather. Yeah. It's going to be some hardened leather from Speed Paint. What else? It's been a good time to play 40K. I'm really enjoying this edition so far. Yeah. I'm really glad to be making videos again. Even, again, viewers, not a lot. But that's okay. It's not why I make the videos. It helps rid my world of unpainted models, and I'm enjoying painting with you in internet land. Yeah. There's something else I wanted to paint. Leather. Oh, is this? Yeah. So, I'm really enjoying it. Enjoy making videos again. I really regret taking so long away, but I had to. It's a long story. Maybe one day I'll go over it, but I had to. Oh, I didn't paint his hand. Whatever. Paint his hand. I missed a spot. I pulled an atom. Ooh. A little over brushing. It's okay. I'll clean that up after. There we go. It's looking good. Got the leather. Yeah, I gotta paint his hand. I guess people did blue glowing auras kind of thing, but I'll do some glowing effects on him after to make him look more psychic-y. He's a librarian after all. There we go. Perfect. Now what else? Greens. Just for the chest symbol. And then I'll do blues for the wiring. But as you can see, like, the paints make it so easy to paint these models. You know? I'm not spending that much time. It's coming along. I'd say decently right now. You know? It's coming along. Now I'll paint some Dark Angel Green. But I should definitely thin it down with some contrast medium. Perfect. That way I can just get a nice consistency. I find Dark Angel's Green is just an overwhelmingly strong color. So if you thin it down slightly, then the raised areas will have that, you know, moot green feel to them. But otherwise, it's just such an overwhelmingly overpowering color. It's very dark and pigment filled, which is cool, but it's just, it doesn't go on the best when you're trying to have a nice contrast, right? Makes sense. Contrast paints. So let's paint the chest symbol here, just to be consistent with my other Dark Angels. There you go. A bit, yeah, it's very much more mid-tone, which is good. That's what I was going for. Look at that. Wow, he's almost done. This is not done by any means, but cool. I'm gonna just keep going a little bit at a time, and yeah, look at that. He's looking pretty good. The next armies, of course, that are getting new codices are Necrons. And have you seen the new, I think it's an Overlord model. Beautiful model. It looked almost like took the sculpt from the one Catan shard. Such a great looking model. I'll show you a review on that one too. But, yeah, it's in focus. Let me just make that a little brighter. Here we go. Cool. He looks awesome. I love the sculpt of the new guy. Yeah. Lately I've been trying to get a little more outside. Trying to get more steps in during the day. Because I realized certain days I just don't get any steps in. You know, probably 1,000 steps in some days, and I should be getting like 5,000 to 10,000 every day. So I've been actively trying to go for more walks, just get out in nature. It's been cold, but I've been doing it. You know, I've actually been doing that, and I feel really good doing it. Today, I've already walked like 8,000 steps, which isn't bad. You know, that's not bad. For a generic day of the week, you know, not bad at all. So that's been good. Just get out, get active, get moving, you know. I drive a lot for my job, so I don't get a lot of steps in. I feel that, you know. You feel like your legs are like atrophying. Don't like that at all. So it's been good. Going for walks every day. It's been good. I'm enjoying it. Like I said, I'm used to the winter, of course. Just you feel it. I put my motorcycle away pretty much for the season. Last weekend I spent the time. I put my winter tires on. Yeah. I just do it. I do it myself. I love to do my own stuff when possible. So luckily I don't have to book appointments or anything for it. I just when the average temperature of the day is dropping below 7 degrees Celsius, or about mid 40s Fahrenheit, better put your winter tires on. And so I do. Gives a much better grip. You can feel it. They are noisier for sure, and I don't think you get as good of gas mileage. But you definitely, you know, feel it. And I'm going to paint that as well. These ruins. If I go a little over, that's okay. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this force weapon. So I'm just going to paint like that. But as I said, the amount of stuff painting you get done in one painting with Jay makes me happy. Yeah, winter's definitely coming. The funny thing is, winter's still, as I said, 7 weeks away. But in Canada, it feels like it's a lot longer. Actually, some good areas of Canada are now covered. They have a lot of snow. Yeah. Crazy. You know, yeah, I live in the north. That's okay. That's what happens when you live in Canada. I watched baseball. Baseball's now over for the season. Texas Rangers, congratulations. They won. And they crushed. Like, they crushed the playoffs. Playoffs were definitely got crushed by them. You know, they swept the Rays, which the Rays were the favorite to win that series, and then they swept the Baltimore Orioles, who were the favorite to win that series, and then they beat the Houston Astros, who I believe were the favorite to win that series. So they've done really well, and then they were the favorite to win. I'm just gonna do some quick highlighting on the raised surfaces of the purity seals. They were the favorites to win against Arizona, who did not have a very amazing record. They were the lowest team that made the playoffs, but they still dominated. They made the playoff. They made the World Series too. They beat some good teams, and they won in 5. The Texas Rangers won the series in 5. So you got to give them respect. They won. Good job. Baseball is very efficient playoffs. It's such a long season, but very efficient playoffs. You know, it took like 3.5 weeks, and 4 rounds of playoffs are done. Can't really go wrong there. So there's one more purity seal right there. But as I said, I love painting with J's because at the end I just have a painted model, and I still I'll probably still spend about an hour or so on this guy, you know, after I'm done with this video because it's still drying. But here's a paint I'm kind of curious. I want to try it out. I haven't used this one yet, and I was hoping to use it for the glowing. Called Pilar Glacier. But it doesn't look like it's pigment heavy. It looks very... Let's give it a good shake here. I'm going to try this out. See how it reacts. Oh, it's very transparent. Very transparent. So, Pilar Glacier. So I'm just going to go... Okay. Maybe I'll do a few thin coats. This is nothing. Yeah, it's giving a blue tint. Just kind of hoping like some glow effects. Maybe a couple coats of it. On the blade. Yeah. That could work. Just to create a little bit of like a glow in the center part. All right. If you just put it on really thick and heavy, that'll work. And the blade part. Look at that. Cool. That'll tone it down. Probably dry a little matte. I'll do some more later with the eyes. Just gotta build up the eyes to, you know what? Let me try that for the eyes. I'm curious how it would turn out for the eyes. I'm gonna paint the golds later. Yeah, there's not a lot of painting left on this guy. I love it. One painting with Jay. He's coming along. And I said, after this guy, I'm going to paint the Lieutenant probably over the next few days. I don't want to wait to next week's Painting with Jay to get him done. I really just need to get him done. And that way next week I'm working on... Is this in focus? Yeah, it's just dark. Better. Cool. Next week I'm going to work on the dreadnoughts. I want to work on the dreads. Get them done, and then start building the superheroes. Yeah! So, let me just take a little bit of white scar. Curious. Paint the eyes white, and then I'm going to go over it with that blue. See how it works. As I said, this isn't a model that's really going to see the light of day a lot, but regardless, I really want to, and I am intentionally in this case overpainting the eyes with the white because I want to create a glow. Right? There we go. And then, yeah, maybe I'll paint the runes a little bit. A little pre-white. Let's give it a try. Let's do this. Oh yeah, nice and thin. That way it dries bright. It should create a bit of a glow. Yeah, I love this time of year. It's been a good year. It really has. I feel spoiled. I really do. And I'm happy. Daylight savings ends soon, which is good. When I leave in the morning, I leave sometimes in the morning at like 7:30, and it's pitch black out. Where I live, there's not a lot of lights, so that's pretty funny. It's dark. It's really dark out. So I'm looking forward to it. Whatever. We get an extra hour of sleep, and then it's gonna be light when I leave, but really dark when I get home. Oops. The key is just don't want to hit a moose. I don't live in moose country. I live in deer country. Like tons of deer where I live, but not a lot of moose. But the huge but there is I drive a lot through moose country. I drive a lot through moose country, and what am I supposed to do? Paint those little orb things. I drive through moose country a lot, and so I've actually seen since moving here, I've seen 4 moose, 5 moose. How many moose have I seen? Mooses, Elsies. I've seen 4 in this province. Maybe 5. I think 5. Yeah, I think I've seen 5. So 5 moose. One was dead. Somebody hit one of them, and I feel bad for whoever hit that thing. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Like, there goes your car. So I got to be very careful. And it makes my wife a little nervous that I'm driving through moose country, at dusk and dawn, which is the most common times of the day that you would see a moose. So where I live, there's a highway that was kind of like Moose Alley, where a lot of people were getting hit, or hitting moose, sorry. They weren't getting hit by moose. Moose weren't running into their cars. They were running into the moose. So they built these moose walls, which on both sides of the highway. So you can't, so it prevents the moose from crossing them. The only thing though is it forces the moose into certain areas. So sometimes there's gaps in the moose fencing, and that's where you see them now, because they're trying to get to the gaps so that they can cross the road, right? Just like that old joke, why did the moose cross the road? To be honest, I don't actually know the answer. Probably it's breeding grounds or migration, but still, my thing is you don't have to worry about the chicken. The chicken crosses the road and you hit the chicken, you're good. But if you hit the moose, yee. So yeah, it takes a lot of I'm doing a lot of layers, a drop at a time, just to build it up, and then pushing it. That's not going to be bad. That's not bad. But you don't see how much pigment I have to put on this thing. Wow. This is a very ghosty, light pigment. I might have to do a couple thin coats of this. Maybe a little was all there. Cool. Yeah, I painted that way too early. Just clean that up a little bit. So don't hit moose. That's also the key. Jay's survival guide to Atlantic Canada. We're in a different time zone. That's the other thing. People forget that. I'm in a different time zone. Canada has 2 extra time zones. One's Atlantic, which no state in the United States is in Atlantic. New Brunswick is the cutoff for Atlantic. And then Newfoundland. People, it sounds fake what I'm going to say, but it's really true. It's Trudeau. But Newfoundland has its own time zone. So there's Newfoundland and Labrador. And Newfoundland and Labrador has its own time zone where it's the only member of, and it's a half an hour ahead. Not an hour. So whatever time it is in Atlantic Canada, it's a half an hour ahead in Newfoundland, which makes it beyond confusing. Most people think like hours for time zones. They have a half time zone change, half an hour time zone change. Yeah, because, you know, that looks good. Look at that. Pull back some of the pigment. I like it. You know what? We're trying things out while we're doing this. This is good. I actually like this. It's really picking up on the white that is in the recesses. Look at that. Mikey. He likes it. Cool. This Librarian's coming to life. How long have we been painting for? I have no idea. I unfortunately had to, earlier I had to kill one of the takes, so I'm not filming straight. That's okay. I'll keep painting. Glowing runes, look at that! I impress myself. I get no respect. No respect. Jay's on goofballs today. Here we go. A little bit of a glow. Drop that like in the recesses. This is actually, I picked up this paint specifically for this glow effect. I could have made a painting with Jay, or a painting video on it alone. Just is really light. It's very, very light. You gotta drop in several layers. Ooh, there we go. That was took like 3 layers. And you can create a little OSL. What is that? Cool. I used to have a coworker who always said, cool beans. Let's try it here. Oh yeah. This paint is probably my new, look at that. Jay's not, doesn't take much to impress Jay, but still. This paint, Pilar Glacier. It's doing what I want it. That's cool. And then maybe one more layer here. Just swing it over. Oh yeah. This is fun. This is what I love about painting. Just having fun, trying different techniques, you know. And oh yeah, see, like it dried here. It's actually pretty much dried here, and it's just giving it a little bit of a tint. So I'm just going to go over it one more time to give it even more of a blue tint, a strong blue tint near the runes, like that. That way it'll give it that force-y feeling. You know? And we'll let that dry. But yeah, I love painting. It's been so nice to get back in, work on my pile of shame. I really do hope I can finish net negative. That was my goal. I really got to finish net negative. I bought a lot of models this year. A lot more than previous years, of course. So I got to fix that. Paint some models, which is okay. So let's paint, as that's drying. I'll do another coat of Pilar Glacier later after it dries. Oh yeah, I could do it all legs too. Oh my goodness, I could just keep going. Let's just have some fun. I'm gonna paint all the runes here. Just go over them. And if you go a little sloppy, that's okay. It creates a little OSL. Yeah, I've been bad this year. That's okay. I'm painting. Right? So yeah, next army, I don't know. Necrons or not Necrons. I do have a lot of Necrons to paint actually. Maybe when the Codex comes out, but Tyranids was my one I was going to paint, because I can really with Tyranids, right? I'm just painting the same color scheme on 45 models. You know, some get a little more highlights than others, but it's the same color scheme, right? It's the same color scheme. So, we're talking about practice. No kidding. I wonder if no, you guys are, my painters, the people who are painting along with me get that reference. We're talking about practice. But Tyranids are a little boring to me because of that 45 models all same color scheme. But it's quick, right? It's very efficient. I can just airbrush the base colors and then start highlighting and get those done pretty quickly. So I was thinking that might be my end of year challenge, because if I give myself, like, even if I can get these done, I don't know if I can get them done by the end of the year, but 35 days, 40 days, I think, with that many models, I could probably, it'd just take me a while to assemble, it'd take me about a week to assemble all of them, or a week, half a week to assemble them, and then after that I'd be good, right? And then just focus on them. That'd be cool. Otherwise, orcs. Orcs are the majority of my unpainted models left, or orcs, because I have all these plastic Gretchen lying around, and I don't really want to paint them, but I'm going to. And I'm going to speed paint them for sure, because I am not painting, I think it's like 85 Gretchen to a crazy tabletop level, but I will gladly use, contrast paints and paint them, get them all done, and go from there. But they're the majority. I have Necrons. I have about 30 Necrons left, maybe 25 Necrons left. Yeah, 25 Necrons left, yeah. Including a couple cool models. So 25 Necrons left. And I love the eyes now. Look at that. I'm a happy camper. Jay's impressed at his own stuff. I'm just using this painting on a little bit at a time. Creates this little, like, haunting effect. Like, just layer at a time, and it slowly builds. It dries significantly more paler than it does. And maybe I should have gone over with a white first as well in these little ruins. That's okay. Cool. So I have the golds left. The blues, it's slowly drying, and it looks like it's like glowing a little bit from the runes. Just have golds. Well, those are drying. Later I just gotta do some highlighting. That's cool. I'll be done the video. 40 minutes, okay. I'll be done soon. I'm gonna paint maybe some bronzes quickly, and then call it here. But as you can see, like, he's on his way. Looking okay. I think he's looking pretty good for the amount of time I've spent on him. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Let's get the golds painted. And then we'll call it. This guy will definitely be done well before next week. If I can get the lieutenant done, that's kind of my soft goal, is if I can somehow get this lieutenant done this weekend. I just don't like him. Out of all the models, he's kind of my least favorite sculpt. I don't know why. But he's a really busy model. Just for lieutenant, I don't like that. I liked the other lieutenant that I painted a few weeks ago, because he's a much more simple sculpt. Looks effective. I just liked it. But this guy is a little busier, and if I can get him done, then next week I can just work on some dreads. Work on them for about a week or two, and then start painting up the guys that. Well, maybe I should do the. No, that's okay. So, and then start painting up the awesome models. The chaplain on a bike. And then Azrael. And Samuel. No, not Samuel. Lionel Johnson. 3 guys that I've been wanting to paint up for a while. And they've been my reward for getting all these dudes done. That and having a fully painted army. For at least a few weeks. And then, well, eventually Dark Angels are going to come out with new models too. But again, Necrons and Admech are next. The Go-Go Gadget guy. And Necrons have Emotech and a new Overlord model. As I said, the new Overlord model is fantastic. I love it. One of my favorite models for a while for the Necrons. For sure. But there we go. Like, for people saying, like, you only need, like, you set aside an hour a day. You sit down. I've been painting this guy for less than an hour, right? Like, an hour ago, it was nowhere near this. And now I could theoretically take this to a tournament if it was based and play. I wouldn't bring him. Pretty good. And as always, huge thank you to all you people. Oh, and shout out to Cody Root. I don't know if I said that already. Lose my mind sometimes. But thank you all you people out there in internet land for painting along with me. It means the world. I feel less lonely while I'm painting. I really do. Also, I feel like I'm slowly accomplishing something, which is awesome. Here we go. So I'm going to end here because I'm going to have to let this dry, hit it with a shade, and then start highlighting. But I like the way this guy turned out. And I'll do a couple more layers maybe of the glacier on certain areas. But overall, I'm kind of happy with the way it's turned out. For a quick paint job, it has a bit of glowing effect. The runes are glowing. Oh, yeah, I'll pick that after as well. But that's okay. So let's end now. So that concludes another Painting with Jay. As always, huge thank you for painting along with me and ridding your world of unpainted models. I hope you're enjoying this, and maybe you're getting winter weather now and you had a great Halloween. I actually had a lot of fun painting that guy over the last hour. It was really fun bringing up the glacial colors and the glow effects. I think it looks pretty cool for the amount of time I've spent on it. It's not even done yet, but I'll have that done for next week, and then next week I'll see if I can get the Lieutenant maybe done. Otherwise, it's going to be the Lieutenant or some dreads. Yeah. So once again, huge thank you. Please like this video, comment in the comment section down below of how you're doing, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Until next time, this is Jay saying happy painting with me.